Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue here to give you another voiceover video. Apologize, still have not gotten my office all set up yet, but I want to give you guys an update on what is going on and cooking at Marvel Studios in terms of this Deadpool franchise. So here's the story. When Disney acquired 20th Century Fox earlier this year, they brought with them the merc with the mouth in Deadpool. Ever since the acquisition, one of the biggest questions was how were they going to deal with this Deadpool franchise that has in 2 movies grossed over $1 billion despite its R-rated material. Of course, Disney wasn't going to totally reboot this franchise and character that Ryan Reynolds has so masterfully embodied over the past few years. Today, we finally got the confirmation that we were waiting for, Variety reports. So appearing on a holiday edition of Live with Kelly and Ryan, the actor told hosts Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest that his potty mouth superhero is returning with another sequel in the blockbuster franchise. He says, "We're working on it right now with the whole team," Reynolds said. "We're over at Marvel, which is the big leagues all of a sudden." It's kind of crazy. So this news right here is sure to please the legions of fans that have been following this story closely. Hell, even Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld is excited. In this post that he posted on social media here, it says, "Time to break out the gin." And then he links the Comic Book Now article where Ryan Reynolds confirms Deadpool 3. And what do I think about all this? Well, to be honest, I would have been more excited if it weren't for the fact that my enjoyment for the latest movie has waned since its release in Deadpool 2, especially the non-R-rated Christmas version of the movie, which in my opinion was an absolute dud. Now, I'm sure my opinion is probably the unpopular opinion out there, but I have to say, when the first Deadpool movie came out, I was immediately hooked. I became a tremendous fan of what Ryan Reynolds was able to pull off along with Tim Miller. But we do know that since that first movie, Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds have clashed behind the scenes, and that led to the exit of Tim Miller, who now went on to do the latest Terminator movie, which kind of flopped at the box office as well. But I'm getting off topic here a little bit. But with Tim Miller leaving the project, Ryan Reynolds ultimately had more creative freedom on the Deadpool character. And Deadpool 2, when it came out, I was just as excited to watch it, if not more excited than the first movie. And when it came out, I told myself I loved it. I told myself it was a worthy sequel. I actually watched it, I think, 3 times, if you count the Christmas special. But by that second time, I looked at it and I was like, this is not as funny as the first movie. And especially with the acquisition, with Deadpool going to Disney, we knew that Disney would probably, and the franchise itself might be experimenting with non-R-rated material just to see if they can appease an even wider audience. And of course, the Christmas special was not R-rated. And in my opinion, the jokes just did not land. I liken it to later seasons of Family Guy. If you guys watched the Family Guy cartoon, the early seasons of Family Guy were absolute gold for me, in which they set up their jokes and they were very socially relevant. But ever since the seasons progressed, the jokes just started hitting you over the head, and it just felt like no jokes got any room to breathe. It kind of felt the same way to me with this Deadpool 2 movie. And yeah, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's just kind of how I felt. Deadpool 2, the jokes felt a little bit different. The character dynamics felt different. While there is some great stuff in there, I just didn't think the jokes landed as much. And it seemed like it was trying a little too hard, especially with that Fire Fist character. I absolutely find him so annoying. But don't get me wrong, I did find enjoyment in it. I just didn't think it was as funny as Deadpool 1. And upon repeat viewings, I don't think it holds up as much. Now, does that mean I'm not excited to see Deadpool back? No, that doesn't. That just means I would have been more excited if it wasn't for the fact that the sequel wasn't as good as the original. But I am still excited to see Deadpool back, and especially he's going to be back with a bunch of characters. He's back home essentially in the Marvel family. So there is so much potential for new material here, and I'm sure Ryan Reynolds is going to have a ball just playing with the fact that there are so many characters potentially at his disposal. Now, I would love to see if Ryan Reynolds would, take the time to take this whole acquisition and place it into the movie somehow as a joke. Maybe bring back some of the Fox X-Men characters. I'm sure that's not going to happen, but that would be hilarious. And with Deadpool being back at Disney and Marvel, we're sure to see Deadpool interact with some of the Marvel mainstay characters, which is obviously going to be a little bit exciting, given that Marvel, it needs to expand in new different ways now that, with the exit of Robert Downey Jr., at least for now, maybe the exit of Chris Evans, we're going to have Ryan Reynolds join the fold, and I think there's going to be some fun things to play with there. Though I do believe if Ryan Reynolds is going to make any appearances in the MCU, I do believe it's going to be kept at a rated PG or PG-13, and he won't be able to really pull from that R-rated material. So that's what I think. I think it's a cool thing that they're working on Deadpool 3. I definitely think it should happen, and I think there's a lot of material there. I'm just hoping that they get someone behind the director's chair and behind the writing alongside Ryan Reynolds, and creating just a great script, something that will truly live up to the first Deadpool movie, and something that's just rewatchable, because this character has so much potential, and so far I think it's met its potential, though I think it could do a lot better than what we got in Deadpool 2. So guys, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you did like this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to check out our video this Sunday or Monday. Darren and I will actually count down our top 15 movies of the decade. Of course, the New Year's is on the way, so we thought we'd just count down some of our favorites and what we feel is the most important superhero movies in the past decade. So stay tuned for that. Join in on the conversation. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.